Police focusing on crime at nightlife centers. Schools getting some assistance with technology. And 76 candidates completing the Fresh Start program.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening all, I'm Megan Shepard. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping news this evening, Grand Bahama Police giving focused attention to crime and violence occurring at business establishments. In recent time, violence has been reported at some establishments, especially at night spots. Tonight, the police chief says special attention is being given to such areas. Italia Hall explains.
In recent time, and particularly at night, some business establishments have become a magnet for violence. The Assistant Commissioner of Police, Samuel Butler, says police have been examining incidents of crime that occur at nightlife entities, and as a result, they have forged a good relationship with business owners.
Even all the way up to Monday, we had a wonderful, I almost call it a class session, where we were actually giving them a face and a front view of what the legislation is mandating property owners to do, and how the police can assist them. And so I am optimistic that they have already partnered with us in a deeper way of being able to ensure that properties are safe and we maintain a safe environment.
The police chief says business owners must understand the type of clientele they are attracting.
They know what limitations each individual have from behavioral that's being displayed, and they have a duty to ensure that they don't abuse individuals who may want to consume more than they can.
There is no curfew in place, and ACP Butler says officers can only enforce the laws of the country.
There are operating entities that is licensed up to 2 a.m. in the morning. There are some in smaller instances that goes as far as 4 a.m. in the morning. And so all those stakeholders are aware of that, and that's one of the things in terms of our dialogue we were able to share, and we ask persons to comply with the law.
And for those who go out looking for trouble, the police chief says officers will be out in full force, especially at night, and violence will not be tolerated.
Those, that small group of persons that we ask that you behave yourself, it is certainly wrong to disrupt the fun and pleasure of others at their expense because of your behavior. The police will spare no effort of coming after you, and as I said, we have locked in with the business owners. We have asked them to identify you, and we will come and get you off those premises. All to the point where we explain to them that we're going to continue to be a nuisance. We will invite them to actually take you to court to bound you totally, entirely off the premises.
Italia Hall, ZNS Network News.
Officer in charge of the Eastern Division of Grand Bahama Island, Chief Superintendent Wendell Smith, addressing members of the Freeport Lions Club this week on crime in Grand Bahama and the Bahamas. His presentation included findings from Commissioner of Police Anthony Ferguson's Meet the Press statistics and encouraged the Lions to do their part to assist police with crime-fighting initiatives.
I showed them a perspective in community policing, an active citizenry, where it requires them to be a part of what it is that we're doing if they truly want to police their community. And I just showed them many aspects how they can involve themselves in being assisting in policing the Grand Bahama and the Bahamas by extension.
President of the Freeport Lions Club, Keith Bain, says the issue of crime is a serious one, and the Lions benefited from the presentation.
For the past couple of months, crime has been very rampant through the country, especially through the island of Grand Bahama. So it's very important that the Lions Club understand the situation concerning crime on the island. It helps you personally, and you have an idea of what the police is doing, and you understand the importance of the police, and you realize that they're doing a good job.
Now, immigration officers taking a Haitian national before the court today and for illegal landing. 38-year-old Blanco Jean appeared before Magistrate Charlton Smith, and he pled guilty to the charge. Jean claimed that he entered the Bahamas illegally by boat from Haiti in July of last year and remained in the country without legal status. Magistrate Smith convicted Blanco Jean of the offense and ordered him to pay $300 or, in default, spend 2 months at the Bahamas Department of Corrections. Upon payment of the fine or completion of his court-imposed custodial sentence, Jean will be sent back to Haiti. Grand Bahama schools are among the recipients of a sizable donation from Cornell University. This presentation, the biggest in recent time, will place schools on the cutting edge of technology. Italia Hall reports.
Cornell University has had a long relationship with many public and private entities on Grand Bahama over the years. Representative of Cornell's association, Joseph Kohler, says this time around some 50 computers are being donated to the Cancer Society of Grand Bahama and the Ministry of Education. He says the Bahamas has been the largest recipient thus far.
Every 24 to 36 months, the professors and the faculty and the deans and the trustees, they lose their computers because they got to have the newest gizmo gadget out there. So the club goes in with all student, all staff, volunteers who go in after hours, take the computers out of the lab and bring them to a refurbishing center on their time, reach into their own pocket, pack them, check them out. These computers cost Cornell University somewhere around $2,300 to $2,700 each.
Parliamentary Secretary in the Office of the Prime Minister, Pakeisha Parker Edgecombe, says it is this type of partnership that facilitates the upward mobility of students.
We know that international relationships also play a vital role in the way that we move forward as a country. And when we think of technology and education, both are the same, as we now are finding that those advancements has to be included in the way that we teach our children. The donation of these computers will go a very long way, we are certain. And as the government of the Bahamas, we thank you for your partnership throughout the years, and also that of Cornell University, who's demonstrated that they're not just confined to the U.S. and its development, but the world.
The Cancer Society received one of the computers. Terry Goldsmith says the donation is appreciated.
We're very sad that the Cancer Society headquarters were damaged during the hurricanes, and they lost their equipment. And of course, as always, Joe Kohler steps up to the plate.
The Ministry of Education received the other 49 computers. Superintendent Marvin Rolls says this gift will enable students to make meaningful contributions.
It is our desire to distribute these computers to 8 Mile Rock, St. George's, Jack Haywood High Schools, Walter Parker and Maurice Moore Primary Schools, the Grand Key All-Age School, and 2 schools in Bimini, namely the Louise McDonald High School, my alma mater, and Bimini Primary School.
It's Halia Hall, ZNS Network News.
The Grand Bahama community mourning the death of a great humanitarian and a former patron of the Let's Read Bahamas campaign. Lady Laurie Miller, the wife of the late Sir Albert Miller, died at her home around 1:20 this afternoon. The Miller family issued a statement on her passing this evening. It reads in part, "It is with tremendous grief and sadness that we confirm the passing of our dear mother and friend. As we mourn, we are minded of her devotion to God, commitment to humanity, her dedication and love to family, friends, and mankind. She lived a full and exemplary life, and we would truly miss her." The Miller family is thanking all for their love and support and asks for the continued prayers of the entire community. Lady Laurie Miller was 93 years old. Deputy Prime Minister and a Member of Parliament for East Grand Bahama issuing a statement on the death of Lady Laurie Miller. The Deputy Prime Minister, the Honorable K. Peter Turnquist, says Lady Miller's passing presents a tremendous loss for Grand Bahama and the wider Bahamas. He says Lady Miller was a God-fearing woman who bore a spirit of philanthropy and contributed much to our national development. Minister Turnquist extending heartfelt sympathy to the Miller family and the wider community on behalf of the government of the Bahamas. Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition continues in just a moment.